Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Starfield video. What if I told you there was a way where you can get a ton of XP and get like a level per minute? Well, it's true. Today, I'm going to show you how you can get this amazing XP exploit. You can get level 100 in just minutes. Let's go. Once again, thanks for watching everybody. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. There's a few things we're going to need. We're going to need a cargo ship. We're going to need a ton of materials. And yes, we're doing a little bit of outpost to get our grind on for some amazing XP. So let's get started. Now, I saw this post on Reddit that got a ton of upvotes about getting XP, a ton of XP, a little bit of an exploit by doing some crafting, adaptive frame crafting. And they basically said that's all you have to do. Now, I went ahead and created myself a cargo ship out of our original ship and got it up to 4,290 cargo. So you will need a cargo ship, and then after that you're going to need some materials. You can head into any store, but right over here in New Atlantis by this shop, the distribution center, the UC distribution center, they have a ton of the materials that we need. We need some aluminum, we need some copper, we're going to need some iron, we're going to need some lubricant, we're going to need some nickel, we're going to need some tungsten, and we're going to need some zero wire. We're going to be crafting ourselves some adaptive frames. First, we're going to be doing a little bit of waiting around. Now, we're going to be doing this by waiting time, and after we wait 24 hours, the vendor will reset. We can go back over there and buy some more materials. Now, we're going to be pretty much encumbered, so we're going to be walking, really slow to get back to our ship. We're going to be doing this as many times as possible, so it definitely helps to have rank 4 of the heavy lifting, so you can carry more of these materials back to your newly crafted cargo ship. Now, after you put all of your materials back into your newly crafted cargo ship, we are going to be doing a little bit of crafting on the planet. We need 2 different planets, one with aluminum and one with iron, so we can craft some of those adaptive frames. Now, Neosi is right out of the Olympus system. This is where we get our dream home. I like using planets that are easy to remember. That's why we're here in the Olympus system on Neosi. Why? Because over here there is a ton of iron. So all we have to do is just pick a spot that has a huge amount of iron and just land, and then we're going to start crafting everything that we need to eventually get us up to the point where we're going to be crafting those adaptive frames and getting a ton of XP, literally getting levels per minute. All right, here we go. First thing first, we need to place down a beacon, and I'll give you a little tutorial of what we need to do after we place down that beacon. Each beacon is going to be different for each planet that you land on. So for this one, we have water, we have a different extractor for iron, and an extractor for titanium. We are going to be using the extractor for iron. After that, we're going to be placing down as many as you can. Now, if you're starting off and you don't have a lot of materials, pick an even number. Me, I'm going to go with 5, and we're going to place them all around the circle that we have for our extractors. All right, so we're going to first place down our extractors. This is going to be extracting, the material. In this case, it's going to be iron. Now, if you look down here at the bottom, it's going to tell you how much power is needed. We place down 5 extractors. We're going to need 25 power. So we're going to be placing down some of those solar arrays, and you don't need to connect anything. We're going to be placing down 6 of those, and now we have enough power. Now we're going to come down over here. We're going to create ourselves a nice little workbench, and now we can craft some adaptive frame. Not only are we crafting adaptive frames for XP, but we also crafting adaptive frames so we can store all of the materials that we need. And you can go crazy with this. Of course, starting off, you're probably not going to have a lot of materials, but all of these is going to hold a certain amount of materials. Now, you can level up your resources and get different types of these storage materials, but these are the ones that you're going to be starting off with. So I'm going to stack up about 6 of these. That's what I'm going to do. We also are going to need a launching pad with the ship builder, right? We're going to place this down, and the reason why we need that ship builder so we can have our ship come back here, and now we have a place that's going to be marked on the map. It's going to be real easy, and then we could dump off some of our resources as well onto the ship. Now, here's the thing. We're going to be using our right trigger, and we're going to be connecting each one of these storage containers together. We're going to connect all of them together one by one. And then we're going to use the same thing from the toggle top view down, and we're going to be connecting each one of these different extractors all the way to our lovely containers. See, if you try to connect them together like as Fallout 76, it doesn't work. So if you use the Fallout 76, it's going to be even easier to do. It's like, crafting 101, right? Now, it gives you a nice little tutorial, let you know how you can connect these extractors, right? And these extractors are going to be extracting the material. So remember, you can't really stick them together. You only can stick them to your containers. But that's not the only thing that we can do here. So we're going to attach each of these together like so. How can we do this? You see that it's not really attaching. You go, well, why isn't this attaching? Well, that's because we need to attach them to each one of these different containers, right? So we can go ahead and we can attach one of those lines to each one of these containers. Now, we're not really worried about which container we attach it to because all the containers are already attached. We already attached them all with the wire. So it's functioning as one huge unit as far as the storage is concerned. And now we attach the wires, all of the wires, to the storage unit. And now we're going to place down one more thing. That is going to be a transfer container. And this way, when we place our ship down, we can transfer all of the materials to our ship. So we got everything wired up. We're going to attach the wire from our transfer container to our containers. Our extractors are going to extract the materials to the containers. And then from there, we can just go into our ship inventory and then just switch all of that over to our ship. It's going to be pretty easy, but there's a couple more things we need to do to be efficient because it takes a long time for these things to fill up. But if you head over to Venus, the time will speed up exponentially. And we'll get to that, but we're still not done yet. We still need another planet to get our aluminum on. Now, you can pick any planet, but I like picking planets that we have traveled to and will be traveling to a lot. Aquila is one of those out of the Cheyenne system. This is one of those planets that we come to a lot, and it's very well known. Here, you can find a ton of aluminum. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to place down as many of these extractors as we can, and as many as the solar dishes as we can to power them up. You can also use wind turbines too. It's pretty much going to be the same thing, just a little bit more mats. Now that we have our transfer container, we have our lovely landing pad with the ship builder. We have our ship here. Everything is set up, right? Now we want to keep adding more containers and just building up everything. But if you're starting off low, you can just have a couple. It's fine. From here, we're going to head back over to our home solar system, Sol, right? Better known as the Milky Way galaxy. And when you head over to Venus, we're going to come back out of our ship into our quarters, and we're going to sit in a chair or we're going to sleep. Now, normally we're only going to get 50 UT times for 24 hours, but on Venus, we want to get 2,400 hours per 24. What that means is that every time we do this, come over to Venus, all of our containers will be filled up with the materials that we need so we can get our lovely XP form on. So yeah, it's pretty cool, my dude. As you can see, we come back over here after we head from Venus and everything is filled up. You can get as many containers as you want so long as you power them up. But of course, like I said, once you're starting off, you're probably only going to have enough materials for a couple. And that's fine. You only need a couple really to get yourself thousands. And if you have even more, you can just sit and just get your XP on for, 15-20 minutes straight. Totally up to you. From here, we now can get our XP on. Now, if you have that research up a little bit more, it will cost less materials for you to craft, but we are going to be crafting adaptive frames. You get 1 XP per any of these materials, so why not spam it? You can't really spam it. If you're on PC, you can, and you can get XP even faster, but I'm on Xbox, so what I'm going to do is use the RB bumper to select 99 of these adaptive frames, and then we're going to craft them. When you do, you're going to get over 100 XP, and this is what we're going to do to get our XP on, and you can literally get a level a minute. You might be slower with it, doesn't matter, you're still going to get at least 1 level per minute, and all of our resources will reset once we travel back and forth to Venus. The more you stack up those containers, the more thousands of iron and aluminum that you're going to have in your inventory, ready for you to go, add to your ship, or just sit on the planet and you're good to go. All you have to do is just be as quick as possible by selecting that 99 quantity and hit craft. Literally, you can get 1 level per minute and even faster depending if you're on PC. But on Xbox, yes, this is just insane, and it's a really cool way to get yourself some levels. Like I said, you can literally get a level per minute. So I went back, got a couple more levels, and yeah, it's extremely fast. It's a really good way to get XP, but you're still going to have yourself a whole bunch of adaptive frame. So head back over to the ship port after you put it on your ship, and you can sell it straight from your ship, and now you have even more money for you to use for whatever you like. So boom, there you have it, my dude. This is an amazing way for you to get XP inside of Starfield, and of course get you some mats as well. But for right now, that's pretty much going to for the video. I hope you truly enjoyed it. As always, if you're new to the channel, how you doing, and welcome. And don't forget to subscribe right here at Karpo Gaming. A little wide variety of videos range from updates, tips and tricks, guides and news, and a whole lot more. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you everybody for all your love and support. And as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.